What's going on, IP family? We're going to take a look at this clip from YouTuber and business owner Anton Daniels. That again, I think it's a pretty dope clip. And again, I follow a lot of Anton's content. Love what he's doing over there across various platforms that he has. And again, he kind of talks on intellectual property and how he sees intellectual property. For those of you who don't know, I am Dave, 10-year intellectual property attorney, dealing with everything from patents, trademarks, copyrights, as well as trade secrets. And it's always good as I come and kind of tell you guys the importance of intellectual property. But when other YouTubers, when other business owners talk about it, I think it kind of cements the things that I'm talking about. So let's play this video. I would love to get you guys' thoughts in the comment section. And just to kind of set the scene here, he has just had a call with somebody who essentially left a comment saying that, hey, Spotify and these kind of big companies are taking advantage of local artists. And, he had her up on there and she's kind of giving her thoughts of it. And seems like maybe what she was talking about did have some merit, but seems like it maybe applied more so to the bigger artists, such as like a Drake or a Beyonce, as opposed to maybe a local artist or a small artist. Spotify's, obviously Spotify, they're going to give you pennies on a dollar. But as relates to kind of Ticket Stub and StubHub and Ticketmaster, essentially, being able to essentially take money from you, more or less. I'm not sure if kind of local artists are selling their tickets on Ticketmaster or StubHub or those big platforms, or is that kind of left to bigger artists? But it seems like they kind of had a pretty much a friendly exchange on that. And now he's kind of reading some super chats and kind of giving his thoughts on IP. So let's kind of pick up there, and I'll kind of let you guys know my thoughts as we. Let me make sure that this thing. A lot of times when I watch these videos, man, I may watch it on 2x. So let me make sure it's on normal speed. And there we go. So let's go.
Super chats, and we're going to continue on with the show. Aaron L says Chicago all day, every day. No, I'm not going to say where you're from, but no, you're not Chicago. You're not Chicago at all. What up, P. Shank says, hello, Anton Daniels in the Millionaire Morning Show. What up, P? Courtney Egger says, AD, what's good, big homie? I shot you an email yesterday. Check it out when you get a chance. Overall, I appreciate you, big dog. Thank you, Courtney. I'm going to check out that email, big dog. Abe Hunter says, I'm like AD. If you're independent and put the tickets on your website, not to be resold at a higher price, that's a concrete streamline. You know me, I'm direct to consumer. I'm always going to be 100% independent 100% of the time. I'm always going to be independent unless you give me a crazy amount of money and I can still own my IP. There's nothing for us to talk about. I don't really care about none of that.
So, and there you go. And we're going to pick up with another one with Irv Gotti. He talks about intellectual property, but your boy AD, Anton Daniels, say, look, even if y'all give me a crazy bag, I still have to own my intellectual property. I did a breakdown video of what's your boy Wallow and Gilly on, I think it was on Shannon Sharp maybe a month or so ago. They even talked about the reason they went Barstool over Spotify, because it seemed like Spotify wanted them to own the intellectual property, whereas Barstool was going to not only give them a crazy bag, but they were going to let them own their intellectual property. So again, the importance of intellectual property is Jared just asked Drake. I think Drake had a copyright strike on music that he posted of his, but because he don't own the music, I think Sony Music or whoever Drake is signed to owns the music, they gave him a copyright strike and forced you to kind of take it down. So the importance of intellectual property and you owning your IP is important. And here's a popular YouTuber and business owner saying, hey, I actually have to, even if they do give me a big bag, I still have to own the intellectual property. Again, when you're talking about copyright strikes or even like trademark patents, but obviously when you're talking about YouTube and making videos, that's a copyright. But again, if you own your copyright then, or your intellectual property, which in that form is a copyright, then you have more control of who can use it. But to the extent that somebody else owns it, whether it's a Spotify or another big company, then they can kind of pull the strings or whatever with regard to the music. So again, he's essentially talking about Kevin Liles, where it seems like, early on relationship, he was younger and maybe Kevin Liles maybe jerked him around a little bit or got over on him, I should say. But now, and again, RP to Irv Gotti. This I think came out 7 years ago. So what is it, 2025? So 2018. Now he's on Angie Martinez at that point talking about they kind of came back. We all know Irv Gotti Kevin Liles is at Google right now, and he knows the important questions to ask as it relates to who owns the intellectual property. And the fact that you own intellectual property, you have essentially the leverage in that situation. Again, shout out to Irv Gotti, because I think in 2022, so a couple years before he passed away, he actually sold at least a portion of his catalog for $300 million, which he wouldn't have been able to get that if he did not own the IP. So he definitely wised up, smartened up, was able to ask the right questions, number one, and make sure that he owns the important stuff, which is the intellectual property. You see all these artists talking about, hey, such and such own my publishing and such owns my masters. That's essentially saying, hey, I do not own the IP to the music that I created, to the different intellectual property, whether it's trademarks, whether it's patents, whether it's copyrights. You see two big dogs in the game, one Anton Daniels as well as Irv Gotti, kind of talking about the importance of intellectual property and how nowadays, regardless of what the level of bag is, they have to own their intellectual property. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Please hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm, as well as hit the subscribe button to be a part of the IP community, where, again, we talk everything intellectual property, man. I actually got a video of me filing a copyright on the channel. You have to be a members only. And again, the good thing about copyright is once you put it into a fixed or a tangible medium, you automatically have a copyright on it. But to be able to sue somebody for copyright infringement, you have to kind of get one of these things, which is a copyright registration that you file with the Copyright Office. So I actually go through in real time. I'm coming out with some books, and I filed a copyright in real time on one of those books, a copyright application in real time. So go check out that video on the page, Everything Intellectual Property. Again, you have to be a members only, but some valuable content in that one, especially for those who's looking to protect their intellectual property. And again, hopefully you guys enjoyed this, the importance of protecting that IP, regardless of how much money that they try to give you. When I say they, big companies, small companies, people, make sure you own the IP, because to the extent that you don't, you may be kind of complaining 10 years later, like you see with a lot of these artists and other business owners. So till next time, you guys take care. Peace.